Welcome to a podcast for nerds, the show where two dudes that met as kids discuss our journey with all things nerdy, as well as life as we near our 30s. I'm Cody.
And I'm Dakota.
What's up, Dakota? How are you? It's actually been 2 weeks since we last spoke, which the audience won't feel. But for us, what's going on?
Catch been a hot minute. All right. Well, first off, I know you had a reason why we couldn't record last week. We actually both had reasons. What was your reason? It's a little shorter.
Bro. Okay. I have too many cats.
Loving the Star Wars shirt, by the way.
Thank you. My mom bought it for me from Meijer.
They got some good shirts.
Never forget. They actually do. I have some good shirts from Meijer. But I found that their quality, I thought it was all right, but it doesn't last that long. A lot of these shirts I got from Meijer, they're already kind of need to go in the trash.
Yeah.
They're all basically reserved for just relaxing at home shirts. I can't take them out.
I get it.
This one's still okay, but most of them, they haven't stood the test of time. Anyway, no hate on Meijer. Still love you. So what happened for me, I was like, it was a few days before we were supposed to record, and I record off of a bigger camera, a Panasonic GH5 for anyone who's into cameras. And so to do that, I have to run it through a capture card. And I am not wealthy, so I don't have an Elgato. I do have an Elgato back home, as you know, Dakota. We've used it before to stream.
Right.
But in the Philippines, I'm just using a little Chinese capture card that costs like $6. So it's just not made very sturdy, and it's sticking out of the back of my computer. My cats, which we haven't talked about our cats yet, we'll do that. Our pets in general, we'll do that sometime. We're fighting between my computer, so they're both like sitting behind where the cords are coming out, hitting each other through the back. I just noticed. I'm like, no, and then the grandma cat, the oldest cat, she is so rude. She'll hit the other cats so hard, so fast. And that's what she tried to do, and just hit the capture card dead on. And I found it. Oh, it's not in here. I would show it to you. The USB part that comes out, that's, supposed to be straight. Yeah. It was bent in half, like almost broken off. And I tried to push it back in there. Oh, there's a cat now. I tried to push it back in there and get it to work, and it actually worked for a minute, but then it just died. Yeah, it's no good.
That's always a horrible feeling.
That made me angry. I was like, how dare you? Thank God it was just the capture card, which is just like a Chinese one. It's super cheap and not like something expensive that's plugged in. I mean, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That'd be
So what
bad.
happened with you?
So
I know you had an excuse as well.
So as you know, I recently had COVID about a month or so ago. Mm-hmm. Well, I think about a week and a half after that, I got strep throat and pink eye.
Which one was worse? And pink eye?
Yeah, I had pink eye too.
At the same time?
Yeah, it was. I still actually have a day left to take my pink eye medicine.
Bro.
Yeah, it's
okay.
It's been a trying time. Not exactly sure where the pink eye came from. Actually, I do think I know where it came from, but I don't want to out anybody. But
I don't know what that means, but okay. You can leave it at that, I guess.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that. I don't need to.
Okay.
Anyway, and then the strep throat. It's just been going around in where I live. We have roommates and stuff, and someone got it here, and we stayed away from them. But strep is so contagious that even just if it's not like COVID, where you can, as long as you stay away from the people and wear a mask, if there's people in the house that have it, you're probably going to be somewhat okay as long as you get everything. And I told my doctor, I was like, hey, look, we were around. I tried to stay away from my roommates, and she said, well, do you guys use the same kitchen and bathroom? She was like, I was like, yeah. And she goes, well, there you go.
So you got strep.
Yep, I got strep. My wife has strep.
Not currently?
Yeah. Well, I'm still getting over it myself. I still have a few days of taking medicine left.
Well, you sound okay, at least on the mic.
Oh, yeah. You can I'm sure I sounded horrible that day I called you last week.
Yeah, you called me and I was thinking, that's a good thing we're canceling this one because this would not sound.
Oh yeah, I mean, I sounded like I was like, oh my god, I can't even do it. At one point,
maybe people would have liked it.
At one point, I truly did sound like this when I was at one point. Like it was gone. Everything was gone. And if anybody's seen the movie Mrs. Doubtfire, the Robin Williams brother in that, this is how he talks. Oh, honey, come here. That's how I sounded. He's like, when he turns and he's like, I want you to make me a woman. He goes, oh, honey, come here.
I don't know. I've never seen it.
It's actually funny. I finally sat down and watched the whole thing recently. It's really funny.
So how was strep throat?
I would honestly... No, I'm not going to say that because that's going to sound insensitive. But COVID was way less.
Dude, strep sucks, bro.
Dude,
strep sucks.
Dude,
yeah.
I remember, I think we talked about this once, I had strep so many times as a kid that the doctors told my mom, if he gets it one more time, we're taking those tonsils out, and then I never got it again. In fact, this was the last time.
Because it was the same.
Yeah, dude.
Same for me.
This is the first time I've had strep, I think, since I was a kid.
Yeah. I had strep in 2019, I think. When it was after I came back from the Philippines. Yeah, and I was working before I came back this time. I had strep. And that was the first times in like over 10 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
15 years, maybe more.
It's rough. It wasn't so bad. Like it wasn't as bad as I remember it as a kid, but because when I was a kid, I'd get nasty. It'd be like, to be gross, I'd get like this film on my tongue, bacteria film on my tongue. It was bad. It was just nasty. But you're not here to hear that.
What I remember about strep is just always like it's really painful.
Oh yeah,
like,
and that came in waves. It was mostly in the morning. I stayed pretty drugged up, just with ibuprofen and acetaminophen and stuff like that. And it was mostly in the mornings because I would snore because I would get stopped up.
Right. I snore too when I'm sick. Yeah. Actually, I think a lot of people, if they're sick, you much more likely to snore.
And of course,
which makes your throat hurt worse.
And of course, pink eye. Before I knew I had pink eye, I was waking up and my eye was all goopy and just crusty, and it was nasty. And then finally, I went to the doctor, and I was like, at first I thought, maybe, oh crap, am I getting allergic to my cats? I really hope not. I'm finally starting to enjoy cats.
Yeah, that would really suck.
And yeah, especially since we just got the kitten, so I was like, oh my god. Then I went and told the doctor, I was like, hey, my mom wanted me to mention the cats thing to you because blah blah blah, and she's like, has it ever bothered you before? I was like, I get not since I was like a baby. And she was basically like, well, it's not just gonna start up like this now, essentially. Right,
that makes sense. Yeah, that wouldn't.
She's like, it looks like you got strep throat and pink eye. And I was like, oh, how'd I get?
Sounds like it's been it's been a fun 2 weeks for you since we last talked.
Yeah, it's like I said, I do sound way better. Like
mine hasn't been nearly as bad as yours. Mine was just basically doing nothing.
Yeah,
except watching One Piece.
That's been keeping me from doing my own show because I haven't been able to talk.
Right. You were talking before about getting some more episodes out. But it is what it is. There's nothing you can do.
I did last night start an outline because while we're catching up, I started an outline so originally I was going to do chapter reviews. And then with being off...
For Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah, for the Dragon Ball Super manga, I was going to do chapter reviews. Sorry, it's Taco Tuesday over here. Oh, today, the day we're recording this in America, it's 2/22/22.
Oh my god, dude! I should have made tacos yesterday.
Dude, it's Taco Tuesday.
It's Wednesday now. I don't know what I can do. It's too late.
It's just
maybe I'll have tacos this weekend.
It's Taco Tuesday in your home country still.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have taco ingredients, so
that's what we had. We got home and my wife hastily made some tacos, some very good tacos. I say hastily; she did a good job.
Right.
But we had leftover pork, so we made pork tacos too.
That's normally all we have. Is beef is too expensive here. We normally have to do pork tacos.
Probably
yeah. It tastes the same. It's like no different. I mean, close enough. I don't know. It's good. It's fine. Yeah, it's tacos.
I mean, it was tasty. I enjoyed it. I had all the sauces, some queso, a little shredded cheese, some Diablo sauce.
I'm jealous, dude. I don't have tacos nearly enough. When I was back home, I would have tacos like...
Dude, I remember tacos are like one of your favorites.
4 times a week, 5 times a week. I don't know. Too many times a week.
That's the goodness.
Yeah. Taco is probably my favorite food. When people ask me what's your favorite food, I either say tacos or chicken of some sort. Chicken, I feel like is a cop-out answer because it's like chicken can be made into so many things.
Yeah.
There's so many options with chicken. You can even have chicken tacos, which makes me think maybe chicken is the answer.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, anyway. I don't even know what you were talking about.
So I was talking about my other show.
Oh, yeah.
So I was originally going to do chapter reviews, and then with having to miss work for COVID and then having to miss a few days for strep, had some time to kill. And I just could not stop reading Dragon Ball Super.
What? Really?
I just couldn't stop, dude. I highly recommend it. I decided I about 3/4 of the way through, maybe halfway through the Moro arc, or I'm just gonna call it the Moro arc because it's like the Galactic Patrol Prisoner Saga or something. But Moro arc sounds better to me. About halfway through that, I was like, I can't stop reading this, and I'm just gonna do an arc review.
Oh, cool.
And review the whole arc, and then do that next for when I catch up with the manga, because that's going to happen.
Right.
And then after that, I'll start doing chapter reviews.
Hold on, I think my cat needs to
go. Uh-oh.
Bye.
Let me out.
Anyway, sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
But, yeah. I'm going to be doing chapter reviews once I catch up, because they only release 1 chapter a month. Which is...
Right. That's really slow.
Yeah, so I can easily pump out
Why? Why 1 chapter a month?
They're 45. They're 45-page chapters.
Oh, they're longer. They're longer. Okay, I see. I really do want to read Dragon Ball Super, honestly. I was thinking about...
I highly recommend it, dude. Pick it up from right where Super ends. The ending of Super... in the transition is...
No. I want to read all of Dragon Ball Super, not pick it up. Enough. I want to start at the beginning. Yeah.
All right.
Because, honestly, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I've talked a little bit about this before, but I really hate the art style in Dragon Ball Super. I hate the animation style.
Well, then you will enjoy
would like
manga.
It more in manga.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I've seen, like, screens of the manga, or like scans of the manga pictures, and I like it a lot better. I love the way it looks. So yeah, I think I would enjoy it more to read it.
You might. But I didn't have so much of a problem with the animation in Super. I know a lot of people do, but it didn't bother me. I was there for the fan service, really.
I didn't have so much of an issue until I went back and rewatched Dragon Ball. And I know it's just so weird to me, like, because I was always one of the guys who was like, new computer animation is better than hand-drawn, like, animation. I always, like, believed that when I was younger. But now going back, it's like, bro, that hand-drawn animation is just so nice. Of course, sometimes it has problems, for sure. Not every frame is, like, perfect. Sometimes you get shots where it's like, that is not Goku. I don't know what that is, but that is not Goku.
We're on the Buu saga right now. We're literally a couple episodes away from trying to not spoil it, but from one of Vegeta's big moments.
I know. Okay. Well, there's actually a few things he does. It could be. Well, I think I know. Yeah.
The big one? The big one.
Okay, yeah. I know.
We're literally 2 episodes away from that, and she fell asleep last night. Darn you, wife. I don't know if she's in here. Are you in here? I don't think she's in here. Anyway.
Well, anyway.
But, so, what was my original point? Oh, yeah, we're going and especially in the Cell Saga, there's a lot.
Yes, I remember. Yeah,
they've perfected it, I think, by the Boo Saga, like the animation. But in that Cell Saga, there's so many like hastily like there's scenes where their hand is literally just a mitten.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. It's probably better to watch Cell Saga in, but I can't do it. I was gonna say in Kai, but I'm a Bruce Faulkner pleb. I want that Bruce Faulkner music.
Speaking of, it happened. I finally have all 9 seasons on DVD.
Yeah, baby. Now it's time to get all the Dragon Ball seasons and watch through all of Dragon Ball.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta do it, bro. It's so good.
Well, we're gonna continue with the story from Dragon Ball Z to Super. Then we'll go back and watch Dragon Ball. Because I want to try and get her caught up before the new movie comes out.
Right, which might actually be good. We'll see. I was not hot on it.
I'm still not.
I'm not like hot on it. Like, of course, when Broly was announced, when that like first trailer came out, I was like, yes, I will see this like as soon as I can. But this one, I'm like, meh. Maybe it's good.
I hate being this guy, but I just can't stand CGI anime. There's very few CGI anime. I can't either. That I've enjoyed. Beastars is one, but that's because they blend CGI with 2D like almost flawlessly. Like there's times when you're like, oh, this is 3D, and then they like move a certain way, and then you're like, oh, this has been 2D the whole time.
What do you think about Attack on Titan season 4? Did you watch it? Have you watched much of it?
I am only an episode behind. I haven't watched the newest one.
Oh, so you're like basically caught up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not watching right now, so you've seen more than me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, don't spoil it. I've only seen the first half. I'm waiting till the second half ends. What do you think of the Titans? Because they're CG, but they use like 2D textures. Some people hate it, but I have an opinion on it. What do you think?
The only one I've had an issue with has been the Beast Titan.
Yeah, I actually agree. I'm not caught up, like I said.
I think they've done pretty good on Eren so far. Well, where I'm at, there really hasn't been a whole lot of Titan action.
Okay.
Well,
yeah.
Well, I won't say a whole lot, but
yeah, don't spoil anything for me.
We've just started. Where I'm at, action has just started happening.
Okay, I see.
A lot of it has just started happening. Where there's been action that dispersed, like the big chunk is just starting to happen where I'm at. So, but from what I've seen, yeah, the one that really irked me was the Beast Titan. Everything else, all the other Titans I've seen have been fine, and they do a pretty good job at blending the 2D and the CG with it.
Yeah, I think so. I think if you got to be CG, to me, like, that's one of the best that I've seen. But I know people are going to get mad at that. There's so many people who are like, I remember when the first half was coming out, people were like sending death threats to the animators. Crazy. People are crazy, dude.
I don't condone death threats, but I can understand being upset because when you look at that first season and how there's very little, if any, 2 or 3D animated Titans, and even in the second season.
No, it's like it's just Wit. Wit did good, and then when it went to Mappa, that's when they started doing.
What do you think about the meme face, by the way?
The meme face? I don't know.
What's his name? The new Armin. The new Armin, like it looks like Armin. He's blonde.
Oh, I haven't really seen. Honestly, I don't go on social media very much.
That's right. Know. That might be from it. That's from the most recent season. I was thinking it was last. It's like one of the first episodes in the Just get ready. You're gonna see a face, and it's really jarring, and it looks like this.
Okay, I'll prepare myself.
You will know it when you see it, and you'll be like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid everything I can. I think I've already seen a spoiler on Instagram because my Instagram, I don't use it that much, but when I go on it, I just go to like the discovery area where it just shows me random crap that it thinks I'll like. And I've curated it by going in and liking certain things to only show me One Piece and Dragon Ball things. So, yeah, when I go through, but sometimes, for some reason, it'll pop in an Attack on Titan thing. So I saw some stuff that I'm trying to forget. Hopefully that's not really a spoiler. I don't know, but yeah, we'll see.
Cool stuff is happening. Just believe me, some cool stuff is happening right now.
Yeah, Izai and I will watch that later. We're busy still catching up on One Piece, though. We're almost caught up, dude. We're on Wano.
Nice.
So I don't know what is going on with you.
Well, I started reading Dragon Ball Super.
You're so far behind, bro. Yeah, bro, you gotta catch up on One Piece, man.
I know.
Like, I'm
on chapter 700.
Yeah, there's over 1,000.
I got 300 to go, and One Piece is a quicker read than Super. Their chapters go by way quicker.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, when I read through Whole Cake and Wano, and yeah, dude, I just want you to get to Wano, especially the second half of Wano. It's just like, when you think of the best parts of One Piece, like Enies Lobby, Marineford, whatever, those arcs that everyone talks about, it's like, bro, I don't want to talk it up too much, but Wano is definitely in that conversation.
Oh, I've heard. Say.
Yeah, I'm sure. Nobody can shut up about Wano. But
did they actually get a new crew member? Another new crew member?
Do you want me to spoil things? Like,
no, I guess not.
I'll just say, without spoiling anything, like, you're at Punk Hazard?
Literally just finished it. I'm on chapter 700.
Oh, you just finished? So you're starting Dressrosa.
Mm-hmm.
So there's just like a lot of characters who like travel with them now, who aren't necessarily part of the crew. They just have like...
I think Nate explained it to me. They're like honorary Straw Hats, essentially.
Basically, yeah. There's like a lot of honorary Straw Hats who like... I personally basically consider to be part of the crew, but they haven't technically like been initiated in.
The only thing I do know is that Jinbei is officially a member now.
But don't spoil things, bro. We have people who might not be caught up. Oh. What are you thinking? Yeah. No, he might be, he might not be. I can't answer that question. Yeah. You don't know.
I don't know.
So are you gonna drop One Piece, or are you gonna keep
No, I'm gonna keep going. I just was all hyped on Super because I'm a little fixated on Dragon Ball at the moment.
Well, that actually brings me to our topic of the day. Unless you had more you wanted to catch up on.
No, did you grab that mug purposefully when you said that, or?
I was thirsty. That's why I grabbed it. Our topic of the day, this is a perfect transition, is how do you know, for you personally, and what are your feelings on when and what to drop when you're watching, reading, or playing something? How do you know I'm going to drop this or I'm going to keep going? I ask because I dropped something last night. And that's what made me think of this. I dropped something to a game to play something else.
Am I going to be upset?
You will definitely not be upset. Oh, you will be happy, probably. Whew. Yeah.
Okay.
I dropped Octopath Traveler.
Okay.
Which I'm not saying you'd be happy that I dropped that, but you'll be happy about what I dropped it for. Okay. I'll tell you in a second. I dropped Octopath Traveler because it's like, okay, let me kind of explain the situation here. Beautiful game. Okay. As you know, I'm sure.
Played the demo.
Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah. The atmosphere in Octopath Traveler, fantastic. Love the battle system. There's so much about this game that I love. And when I was younger, because of all this stuff I love about it, I would have definitely forced myself to try to get as far as I could, to try to get to the end. Like, out of respect, I guess, for the game. I don't know why. Like, I can't say that I'm a fan of this game if I didn't get to the end. That's how I would feel about it. Or get close.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only 10 hours in. It's like a JRPG. It's probably like 80 hours. So I'm like not even that far. But nowadays, I don't have time for that. And I dropped it because the story is so unengaging. The story is like, I would say straight up not good. Like, just boring. There's nothing about it I like. Because what they do in... You've only played the demo?
Yeah.
What they do in Octopath Traveler
I know it's like 8 different characters.
Yeah, and that's the problem is they don't mix their stories at all.
Really?
It just
none of their paths they just have, literally intertwined at all. They're just 8 random stories.
No, they all get together. They all end up in your party together, so they all meet each other. But their stories are like don't relate at all. So on the map, you'll see like here's to where continue this character story, and this town you continue this character story, and you just go around, and then you swap to play as that character for a little while, or that character just has to be in your party, like because you only have 4 in your party. There's 8, only half of them can actually be active in the party at a time, and you just continue that person's story. So, like for one, like you're trying to hunt down these people who killed your parents, and so every town you go to, it continues that story, but none of the other characters are involved in the story of that character at all. It's just like they're there to fill out the party. So you're playing 8 separate stories that, from what I've read, come together in some way at the end, but from what I've read, it's not satisfying the way it comes together. So, yeah, I'm way more excited about Triangle Strategy. I don't know if you played the demo for that, but
no, I haven't. I know it's more of it's an RTS, and I have a hard time getting into RTSs. I'm still trying to.
Oh my god, dude. Are you serious? Like, RTS might be like one of the best genres for me. It's addicting as F.
Well, I'm trying to get into it with Fire Emblem. I've played Fire Emblem a handful of times, and I like Fire Emblem from what I've played.
I'm going to make people upset, but Fire Emblem's like one of my least favorite RTS that I've ever played.
Well, I have really not much else to compare it to. There's another one on my 3DS. You should
play Advance Wars, for sure.
I have another one on my 3DS. I can't remember what it was, but I liked it too.
Well, you should... Dude, you grab the demo for Triangle Strategy. I'm telling you, bro. It's just a demo, so it's not like you have to be so invested. Like,
right.
Try it out, see what you think. It's super good. And from what I felt from the demo... It really, and from what they're saying about it, it feels like they really learned a lot from Octopath Traveler, and they're making the story way more important, and your choices really matter and affects everything. It just feels like nothing matters in Octopath Traveler. It's like I've got 8, okay-ish stories. I don't know, not engage 8 non-engaging stories. But yeah, like I was saying, as a kid, I would have, or not even a kid, just few years ago, I would have probably forced my way through it anyway. But I wanted to play Assassin's Creed Odyssey instead. I knew you'd be happy about that.
Oh, my heart, Cody. My heart. I'm so happy.
We could talk about that a little bit. I still want to hear your opinion on dropping games.
Okay,
or shows or anything, but we could talk about
that. That does make me very happy. Yeah, well, let's see. For the topic at hand, before we move on to Assassin's Creed, sorry, I'm really happy. Oh, I can't wait to be talking about. Anyway,
we can talk about Assassin's Creed first if you want.
No. We'll get to it.
Okay. I'm
just excited. So to me, I don't know how when I find out that I truly drop something, because I still have this bad habit of I'll start something, get about halfway through it, and then my brain is satisfied with what I wanted for the moment, I guess. Yeah. And then I want to move on to the next thing. And
I guess that's what I didn't really explain well when I'm talking about with Octopath Traveler. It's like, I feel satisfied. Yeah, it's like you're saying. And when I was younger, I would have said, okay, I'm putting Octopath Traveler on hold, not dropping it. I think that's what you do, right? You just put a lot of stuff on hold.
Yeah. That's more my style. There's very few instances that I'm like, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm trying to think, what was the last thing that the most recent thing that I dropped after one episode, and I don't like to drop things after one episode. I usually try to give at least a 2 to 3 episode buffer. That's always been the rule. But so me and my wife, we're actually in the middle of rewatching Supernatural, but that's on hold right now. We're on like season 5 or 6. But we've got that on hold right now because we're watching Dragon Ball and Three's Company and other stuff, which those will inevitably get put on hold, like other things do. That's just how we work.
Right.
Or at least how I work, and I think my wife just rolls with it. But for oh man. The only thing I can think I dropped after one, it was the remake of the Walker Texas Ranger show.
Okay.
So
no good?
No.
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
I can't even make a joke. Like, so Walker Texas Ranger was a show from like the 80s and 90s. I don't remember when exactly.
Right.
But it starred Chuck Norris, and he was a Texas
I know
Ranger.
the show. I've seen it.
Well, for the audience, if you don't know, he was a Texas Ranger, which is a rank of officer in Texas. And his name was Walker. So he was Walker Texas Ranger. Well, Supernatural ended last year, and Jared Padalecki, the guy who plays Sam in that show, he was cast in the reboot as Walker for the show Walker. And me and my wife are both like, hey, we like Jared Padalecki, and he seems like a good fit for if they're going to do a reboot of Walker Texas Ranger. And we watched it. Oh, my God.
What's so bad about it?
I don't even remember. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's the problem.
It was so blamed, wasn't it? The Walker Texas Ranger reboot, wasn't it bad? Yeah, it was bad. She said I didn't like it.
I mean, that's how I feel about Octopath Traveler's story. It's like there's nothing for me to remember here. Like trying to think of one of the stories to describe to you. I was like, what's happening in this story again? I don't know. So, it's so uneventful.
I think that's something I thought of when you're wanting to know when is a good time to drop something. If you're watching it, even if you're watching it slowly or if you're watching it binging it, if you're not retaining any of the story or anything that's being transmitted to you, the person, which is the most important thing, is you need to be able, as a viewer, you need to be able to like at least follow and retain what's happening. Like even if you don't like the story, I don't like what's it called? The one with the strongest dude.
What?
Remember the show where it was like 7 people come together and there were those 7 orchids, flower warriors, and at the end the lady was a cow and it was a mystery. One of them was the fake one.
No.
You do. I'm just describing.
Roku no Yusha?
Yes.
It's an anime?
Yes.
Roku no Yusha. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
I can't even remember now.
Yes.
Roku no something.
Yeah, it was Roku no Yusha.
Holy crap. Man, I forgot about that show.
You want to talk about a show? You just said that. You want to talk about a show?
No, I like that show. What the heck?
No, you wanted to like that show. That's the issue.
Did I?
You just wanted to like it because it was at the time the only thing really worth watching that we knew of.
Bro,
and we'd all no. When it all comes down to it, that show spent 13 freaking episodes teasing a villain just to tell you this was the villain the whole time. And then for them to backtrack on all that and then say, now here's this cow person who...
I do remember not liking the end. I'll say that. I don't even remember how
the ending
because I didn't like it.
Ruins all of it. I could have passed it all because I was like, okay, they got another season coming. They're doing it. I could have passed it all. But that ending just ruined everything of a show that was already boring.
I don't know that I agree with that. I remember really enjoying it week to week, but hating the ending. Yeah, I'll agree with that.
See, I guess
I would need to rewatch it.
Looking back, the more I've reflected upon it, I just remember that one being a chug, and I remember the only reason I think I watched it was so we could talk about it on the show, and I didn't want to be left out of the conversation. Looking back, I would have totally, just watched my own thing and talked about it with you guys in discussion form. Back then, because there were definitely other shows I was wanting to watch. But that goes back into the thing from the past where we tried to watch too many things all at once.
For sure. Well, let us know in the comments, guys, if you're watching the YouTube version of this. Is Roku no Yusha good? Or am I having rose-tinted glasses right now?
I think you got some rose-tinted glasses because Oh my God. Every week it was a new, well, is it this person? No, it's this person. No, it's actually this person. Hang on, is it this guy?
So you wish you could have dropped Roku no Yusha?
Looking back, yes, I wish I would have dropped Roku no Yusha. And I can't think of anything at the time that I would have substituted it for. Because that was 2015. Like summer 2015. So
I don't know.
So
play a game. I don't know. Just do something else. Read a book. I don't know. Work out. Anything. Eat.
Anything but watch Roku no Yusha.
the reason I think I wanted to talk about this dropping things is because recently I've changed. I used to be like you, where I would just put things on hold. Right? It's like, I'm gonna come back to this. That's what I was saying with Octopath Traveler. I would feel like I need to finish it, but I didn't feel like I needed to do it now. It's like, okay, I'll put it on hold and I'll come back to it. I like it. I'll come back to it. Now, because I used to think dropping something has like really negative connotation. Like, oh, I hate this if I drop it. But no, I don't think that way anymore. Now I just feel like if I got to a point where I'm satisfied with what I experienced, even if I really like it, and even if there's more to go, but I'm happy with it, I would actually rather drop it than keep going and end up hating it. Because I feel like that's what would happen with Octopath Traveler. I'm really happy with the 10 hours I spent playing it.
Right.
And I feel like if I put another 60, 70 into it, I'm going to hate it.
I get that.
Like, yeah.
My only issue I have for me doing that, which is why I don't like to say there are things that I definitely have dropped. I'm sure that I just can't think of. Like, but there are also things that I'm like, man, I do want to finish this because I want to experience the story. Like, Bravely Default is a good example.
Bro, I dropped.
I mean, I still have
They were
on
hold. They were on hold. Okay, but I'm telling you right now, it's dropped.
See, I have all those games on my DS.
Yeah.
And for me, those are games that I'll have until my DS stops working, which I thought it did recently. I was scared.
Oh God.
I went to plug it in to charge it because it like was completely dead. And then I would turn it on, and the blue light would turn on and then immediately turn off. And then I'd push it, and it'd turn on and immediately turn off. And I was
Did
like,
it just need more time to charge?
Well, I let it charge for like an hour, and normally it only takes like 30 minutes. And it was still doing that. And then I was looking up videos, and then one guy said that it had probably, that if it's doing that, it could be something to do with the mechanism in the camera. Something because the camera cords is attached right where it clicks. And so on a whim, I was just like, I wonder what this will do. And I opened it from here to all the way up.
Oh.
And I went and pushed the power button, and it turned on. And it works fine.
So now it's okay?
Yeah, it's working fine now. I was playing Shin Megami Tensei 4 last night.
Cool. Okay, that's good. That's one of my biggest fears is my 3DS stops working, or 2DS.
Oh yeah, it was scary. I was like legit depressed. I was like, I have so many memories with you now.
Yeah, for sure. But so Bravely Default.
That's something like that on my DS, since I know I'm gonna have those for years, God willing. Those are all just back burner games for me. Like I will get to those. I'll have them for so long that I will eventually get to those.
I think that's where I've changed though, as I used to feel that way. Yeah, but I hit a point in life recently where I'm like, dude, I'm just busy, bro. Like I can't have back burner games. Like I'll be able to play these when I'm 80. Like I don't know, whenever I'm actually have time. So when I game now, I've got to. It sucks. I hate to say this because I feel like a adult, but I have to be picky about what I'm gonna put my time into, because I just don't have time to play something that's not gonna be like really engaging. I can't just play something that I'm kind of half into.
I get that.
Which sucks.
See, for me, whenever I get in a gaming mood, I know I have a variety of games that I don't want to get rid of. Like maybe I don't have time for every single one of them, but if I got rid of, say, a third of them and all I had left was Assassin's Creed, I'm going to eventually get sick of Assassin's Creed. You know, I want to play Kingdom Hearts at some point.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, I feel the same. Like but I feel like I have so many games, and there's so many good games out there that I shouldn't put my time into ones that are not totally fulfilling anymore.
That's why
because if I try something else, it may be awesome. Like I've got all these Resident Evil games to play, all the remakes. I have them. I could jump into any of them at any point. I'm sure I would love it. Like, dude, I hate to tell you this, but I don't know if I dropped it yet or not. I should give it a little more time, but I would consider dropping Kakarot.
I wouldn't blame you. I think I'm
just annoyed with it. I don't think it plays as well as I wanted. Like the fighting's fun, but the running around parts I find actually clunky. And
I get that.
Yeah.
I think I've actually been wanting to pick it up and play it here recently because of my Dragon Ball hyperfixation. But I'm on the Namek part with Vegeta right now, and I want to play a little bit through that. I want to try and play through that, and I don't know if again, it'll probably be back burner for me. Like again, I don't like to say that I'm never going to finish it, because to me that makes it like, well, then what's the point of just having it just to sit there? Because I'm like, oh, I'll play it again. Like I beat Twilight Princess last year. Like,
yeah.
And I'm very proud of that because it's like the third. Oh, and Minish Cap. I beat 2 Zeldas in 1 year. But
awesome.
Now I have every right to go and trade in my Wii U copy of Twilight Princess. I have every right to go trade in my Wii U, but it doubles as a Wii, and I have a few Wii U games, so why not keep it?
I mean, no, I totally agree. I'm not saying that. When I say I dropped Octopath Traveler, that doesn't mean I will never, for the rest of my existence, maybe play it again.
Okay.
I mean, who knows, like, years and years down the line, maybe for some reason I'll be nostalgic for it, but it just means I'm not actively, when I say I dropped it, it means I have no plans to come back to it. I could change my mind.
Right.
But, yeah, I don't want to be so, like, extreme that it's like, this is dropped, I will never touch you again.
Okay.
You are dead to me. That's not really what I mean when I say I dropped it.
Right.
It just means there's no plan, to go back, but who knows?
But going back to when should you drop a game, like, for me, it's if you're, the two biggest reasons, I think, what it comes down to, like we've said, is if you're not engaged or entertained or retaining any of what you've played, even if you've played 10 or so hours of it, like you with Octopath, like, yeah, this is fun.
Actively not having fun.
Yeah, or if you're not having fun. To me, any game you have to play more than 10 hours of for it to turn fun.
Oh, yeah.
That's bullcrap. Like,
I'm glad you said 10 hours for sure. Yeah, that's like, oh, some people might be mad, but Final Fantasy 13, that game takes like 60 hours to get to the good part.
No, see, that's bullcrap. I'm sorry. Like,
that's crazy.
I should be having fun 90% of this game at least.
Mm-hmm.
80 to 90% of this game should be fun. And,
I'm okay with a boring intro.
Yeah,
if you have an awesome intro, that's great. But
Twilight Princess, Kingdom Hearts 2, any Kingdom Hearts game really. The intros are all
what? Bro,
Destiny Islands.
I disagree with this.
Destiny Islands is okay.
Destiny Islands, yes, but you said Kingdom Hearts 2.
Bro, I've never been that big a fan of it. It's fun. I like the story. I just don't like what I'm doing. I understand you. I love the story. I love what's going on. I just don't like doing it. I just don't like doing it.
I do agree it's like 4 hours long, which is a little long for that section.
Like, I try to burn through it every time. Again, I enjoy what I'm seeing, what I'm watching. But I don't enjoy going and having to take a job to get money. I don't enjoy that. It's
real life, bro. Summer job.
I'm not trying to play Kingdom Hearts to be real life. It's Kingdom Hearts.
No, you're for sure like you have the popular opinion. I've heard a lot of people talk about like how they don't like the intro to Kingdom Hearts.
But what I disagree with that popular opinion is most people are like, oh, just get past the story. It's stupid. It's like, pay attention to the story. This is important. I hate when people say, oh, the story of Kingdom Hearts is just bullcrap and light and darkness. No,
bro, this is a whole nother topic.
Yeah, we're not going to get into that today. Maybe another time, but the story is important. You should absolutely pay attention to the story. Just doing the story, for me, is very tedious and boring. But after that, that's a good like 4 hours of doing it. Once that's good, you're in for probably over 40 hours of awesome gameplay. Not like it's not like you have to same with Twilight Princess. You got to get through like what, a 2 or 3 hour boring intro.
Really boring. Let's stress how boring that intro to Twilight Princess is.
It's charming. It's charming because
for sure.
I do enjoy seeing Link's little village, and I get why it's doing it, because it's supposed to really hammer in that this boy was just thrust into greatness. Like that's what I appreciate what they're trying to do, because most Zeldas do that. Twilight Princess tried just way too hard and succeeded, but failed at the same time.
Skyward Sword's intro might be boring too. Have you played it?
I still have not played it. I liked it
decently, but I mean, it's for sure. It's boring compared to the rest of the game. That's for sure.
I think the only game that I can think of that didn't have an crazy boring intro was, we'll say, Link to the Past and Breath of the Wild.
And Wind Waker?
No, Wind Waker's is a little boring. It's just it's just cute. It's cute. It's cute and it's fun.
Okay, it's a little boring. You're right, but
it's
like
cute, and what you're doing is so cute that it makes you think it's fun.
No, it is fun. How dare you? How dare you?
But that game doesn't pick up. Yeah, but that you're talking maybe an hour-long intro with that game. Maybe.
It picks up at Dragon Roost. That's what it's called, right? Dragon Roost
that's
Island. That's where I think it picks up.
That's the very first. The very first place you go. No,
it's not. You start on offset. Is that what it's called? Outset.
It's
outset?
where they go, where they launch you in the barrel. That's the first place you go.
Yeah, the man, what is that?
It's like
infiltration.
Yeah,
it's like a prison. Dude, my cat is like, I don't know if you can hear that, but she's just like stretching and like,
That's funny.
Anyway, so I did want to, if we're talking about boring intros, like, let's just throw it out there, dude. Chrono Trigger intro's boring.
Oh, dude, I've not been able to get past the intro. I've tried like 2 or 3 times to get through it, and I'm just like,
I've made it pretty far into Chrono Trigger. I'm like 20 hours. I'm near the end, I'm pretty sure. It's not that long. But dude, I had to push myself through that intro because everyone says this is one of the greats, one of the best JRPGs ever made. You gotta play it. And I'm playing that intro, like the festival and everything, and I'm just like, I'm so bored. Yes, very cute. Very cute cat.
You had your cats.
Well, I wasn't trying to like, I'm just saying we have audio listeners. So.
I know. You're a very cute cat.
He held up a cat. A very cute kitten, actually. I should be clear. Cute kitten.
He's getting his balls chopped off next month.
Ours still needs it, yeah. But yeah, that intro to Chrono Trigger, boring. Don't care what anyone says. A festival, whatever. It's super boring.
I think that's. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say it's difficult because Chrono Trigger is one of those games that is like, people are gonna be mad again, but I'm just gonna say I think it's overhyped. And so, someone jumping in new, maybe a younger person too, who's like hasn't ever played a old school JRPG, like top down. If you jumped into Chrono Trigger, like I've heard this is one of the greats. That first like hour or so, maybe if it's longer, I don't even know how long it's boring. I can't remember.
It's a lot of walk around this festival and just do this, do that, go here, see this person, do their act.
But I could see them dropping it for sure. Like I almost dropped it. I was like, man, maybe this game isn't as good as everyone says. But Like, I wish people would be more clear on that, because people just say Chrono Trigger is one of the best games ever made. They should say, but the intro kind of sucks.
Yeah. I thought of another good reason, a couple good reasons to drop something. This one I think is justifiable. If you are, say, playing a 50-hour game and 25 hours into it, somehow you lose your save data, perfectly acceptable.
That happened to me. Happened to me. Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice.
If you want to start over, nothing against you. That's your prerogative, but no one's going to judge you if you just back out.
Has that happened to you?
Not that far. Luckily, it's never happened to me when I'm that far into a game.
I used to have it happen with Pokemon all the time. Not that far, but when I was a kid, I remember like we forget to save or something would happen where we played for. I mean, when I was a kid, we'd play Pokemon for like 2-3 hours without saving and then turn it off, like, or the Game Boy died. Oh my god, I have to do it all again. But dude, when we were kids, like I had nothing but time. It's no problem. I'll do it again. I don't care. Yeah,
all right, just gotta go.
But now,
defeat the first 3 gyms again.
Yeah, for sure. I remember what that happened with Pokemon. It was because there were, I can't remember which ones it was. It just happened to me recently where you have to delete the old save data or else they won't let you save a new Pokemon game. If you start a new game, there was somehow you could start a new game, but if you don't delete the other save data, you can't save it. I can't remember which one it was. That happened to me recently where I did like 2 gyms and then I tried to save it and they're like, you have a different save on here. You can only have one. You can't save it. And I had to restart.
Was it on the Switch?
No, it was like a DS one.
I think it's like that with most of them because if you try to go start a new game, it'll be like, okay, but are you going to erase your old game first? Yeah.
But to erase the game on the DS ones, at least, like it's not an easy. Like you have to do like a button combination that they don't tell you.
Yeah.
You have to like Google it. What is the button combination to delete the old save?
That's true.
I think it was like Heart Gold, or maybe not Heart Gold. No. It was that type of game though. Maybe like Pearl.
Okay.
Something like that. I think it was Pearl. Yeah, pretty sure.
Mother of Pearl.
Because I played it like 2 years ago. But another game that had a bad intro is Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I just played it last night.
Yeah, I actually
was so boring.
I will give you that. Because I tried to do my recently. I did my since I a few months ago beat the game, my Odyssey at least. There's still all kinds of stuff I could do. I have literally tens of hours left of stuff to do, but. I played, like we've said, to the point to where I'm satisfied, and that was over 80 hours of gameplay.
Did you finish the story, or it's just...
I finished everything that the Odyssey required. I finished my Odyssey.
Okay, got it.
And that's when I felt completed. Because they have a certain cutscene at the end where... Did you pick Alexios or Cassandra?
Alexios.
Alexios is cool.
You picked Cassandra?
No, I did. For my first playthrough, I did Alexios. But then on my New Game Plus, I picked Cassandra. The New Game Plus is cool because I have... You know what New Game Plus is?
Yeah, you have everything. You carry everything over.
Oh, it's so nice. I have all my armor, all my DLC armor that I paid for.
You paid for DLC stuff?
A little bit. Only if there's armors that I like.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow,
I did.
okay.
I've actually spent more money DLC for Valhalla, but I don't like Valhalla as much.
Oh gosh.
But it's fun.
I'll keep my expectations down.
No,
I'll
fun.
get it in a couple years when it's on sale.
It's definitely fun, and you should play it. I'm gonna pick it up again soon. It's just I don't like the leveling up system in Valhalla. It's
I see.
It's a little more tedious.
Okay.
Now. All right, which difficulty did you pick?
Well, I know you can change it, so I just started with normal. You told me to do easy.
I'm telling you.
But I did normal. Well, because they said I can change it, so I was like, we'll try normal, and then if I don't like it, I can just go down to easy. It's no problem.
It's not that bad at first. It's when you start getting into areas where people are like 2 levels above you, and then you start.
Well, they have a level scaling. Did you mess with the level scaling, or is that like a new update?
It might be an update.
Because I saw that in there. Yeah, there's an option in the menu. I'm pretty sure it's newish because I remember people complaining about the levels. Like, it'd be too high. And you'd have to go do side quests, right? To level up to be able to do anything.
Oh my god.
Yeah, in the menu, there's an option for level scaling and how much you want to apply. Like, you can apply it to be... It said the maximum one, you will always be 2 to 3 levels above everything in the game.
I wish I would have known about that sooner.
Yeah, you should check that. I mean, I haven't tried it yet, but I'm keeping that in mind because I know I don't want to do a lot of side quests. I want to do a few, but I want to just kind of do the story. I don't have time.
Yeah, I would do that. If you're just wanting story, I would try and do as much as that. But a lot of the side quests really fit into the story. Like a lot of them.
Well, the thing is with... This is just how I'm playing games now. Like, with Assassin's Creed Odyssey, starting it out. If I started it realizing how long it is, how big of a commitment it is to finish it, and that if I want to drop it, it's fine. As long as I feel satisfied.
Mm.
But a game like that is different than Octopath Traveler. Like, It is something I probably would come back to.
And I know how much you like exploration. You're literally exploring all of these, and there's tons of islands to go to. Each one has secrets and treasures. I mean,
but initially I was disappointed when I started it. That very first intro, I was like, "What the f is this?" Like, it feels so clunky, even like running around this battlefield. For those who don't know, very beginning intro. It like throws you into this battlefield as this dude. You don't know who he is. And then it's fine. It's just you're running around and you don't really know the controls. And it just feels not good.
The sieges get a lot better. Like, I don't remember the opening battle as much. But you do more battles because...
Yeah.
That, again, even when you do, like, you'll have, like, Sparta versus Greece. That's the big thing. And you can go and choose, like, you'll see, like, when you take over territories and stuff. Like, there are, in every Assassin's Creed games, there's those places where it's, like, an outpost for all the bad guys.
Right, yeah.
And every time you take one of those over, you gain power for either Greece or for Sparta or for Athens. And when it gets to a certain point, you'll unlock a siege battle, and you can choose, because you're neutral, to fight on either the Spartan side or the Athenian side. And depending on how you play your game, you can have all of Sparta take over all of Greece, or all of Athens take over all of Greece.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. I mean, I don't have any problem with it. It's just like jumping in first thing being this like weird battle where they just want me to like kill 3 random weak dudes. And I'm like, okay, this feels like a waste of time. You could have just brought me straight into like actually being the character I'm gonna play. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
You start off as Leonidas, the king from.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's from the 300 Spartans of Legend. Your favorite movie?
It's probably a great movie, dude. When I was younger, for those who have never heard this story, I don't know if we told it publicly, but Dakota used to love the movie 300. Still do, right?
Yeah, we actually just rewatched it recently. Still holds way up.
He really wanted me to watch it, and Dakota isn't as bad now, but he used to really have a problem of massively overhyping anything that he liked. Me too. But Dakota definitely did it as well. And man, did he hype up 300.
And then
it made me not want to watch it.
Well, the problem is it's not that I overhyped it. It's that I overhyped it and then I only showed you select scenes.
Yeah, I was going to get to that. Yeah. He overhyped it for sure. And then when we actually sat down, like he's going to show me it. Yeah. It's like he just went to different chapters and like, okay, check this one out. This is awesome.
So you're like,
it's like, I don't know.
So you had no context of what was going on. You're like, I guess it looks cool, but I don't know what's happening or why. So I'm not invested, so I don't care. Which is part of the problem is you actually do need to be invested in that story.
Probably, yeah.
But I do highly recommend it. It's very, very watchable.
What about the sequel? Wasn't there a sequel?
There was. I haven't watched it. It shows basically the Athenians and what they were doing at that time in history.
Why didn't you watch it? It's like your favorite movie.
I just haven't watched it yet.
What's your favorite movie now? It used to be Troy.
My favorite movie now is The World's End.
Ah, okay.
Not This Is the End. It's a different movie. This Is the End is with James Franco and Seth Rogen and Jay Baruchel.
Yes.
Not that movie. My favorite movie is called The World's End, and that's with Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, and directed by Edgar Wright.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning it before. Cool. I've never seen it.
It's funny.
Yeah. So anyway, Assassin's Creed. Yeah, I'm gonna love it. I remember when I played Origins. Did you play Origins?
I played it all the way through.
Cool. Yeah, I remember I absolutely loved that. The only reason I just wanted to start Odyssey because like I kept thinking I'm never gonna start this because I know how long and how big of a commitment it can be. And so I kept putting it off like, no, I don't have time.
Here's what I'll tell you about the time commitment. I started the game. I got it for Christmas in 2018. The year it came out. I started the game the very beginning of 2019, I think the first week of 2019. I beat the game at the end of 2021. And that's because I jumped in sporadically. Like I'd get on and I'd go through spurts where I'd go through like a week or two of, oh my God, I got to play this. I got to play. And then I'd stop. Then I'd be like, okay, wait, I want to go back and beat this. I got to play. And that went on for years. And I'm glad I stuck with it. That's my thing. I'm glad I stuck with it because I can't tell you this. Now, this is for me. It's going to be different with everybody who plays this because depending on how you do your Odyssey. But for me, I got every single thing I wanted out of that game. I got my satisfying story conclusion. I was able to piece together things in Valhalla that I was missing because I skipped the ending of Assassin. Because I had actually kind of dropped Odyssey at one point. I think I had dropped it. Then finally I was playing stuff in Valhalla and I was like, and they kept referencing stuff in Odyssey. And I was like, so I jumped back on that.
Ah, I see.
And then I'm so happy I didn't drop it. I am so happy I picked it back up. I think my favorite Assassin's Creed is still probably Brotherhood. Just because I really like the story. Yeah, I know. I love the story and I love the armor in that. But
people love that game though.
Mm-hmm.
You're not in the minority, I don't think. Yeah.
Most people say 2 it would be the best of the entire series.
Of everything?
Yeah.
You don't just mean the Ezio series?
I guess most people would say 4 would probably be the best.
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah, Black Flag.
Personally, I think 4 is a little overrated. But
I actually think it's overrated now. Mm-hmm. I think when it came out, it was awesome. I think it's overrated now because all the new Assassin's Creed games, you get on ships and go to islands.
You don't in Valhalla. You get on.
You don't.
No, in Valhalla, the only boat stuff
but you're Vikings.
Yeah, you do river raids, and you can sail your boat around a river. But you get to do. But that's what Vikings did. You don't really sail because Vikings didn't really sail the high seas for like pirates did, going from one island to the next. When they were sailing the high seas, it was to get from this point in the ocean to whatever we think is over there. We don't even know if there's anything over there, but we're gonna just pack our ship and go.
I still find it a little disappointing. As someone who doesn't know much about Vikings, I'm disappointed.
They also, I might be wrong on this. Vikings didn't really do naval combat that much. Their ships were purely go.
Okay, I guess it makes sense.
I mean, yeah, they had bow and arrows and stuff, but they didn't have.
Do you think they're ever gonna do the Japanese, like in feudal Japan?
I'm holding out hope for they will, but supposedly the new Assassin's Creed, the next one is gonna be. I cringe thinking about it, but they're saying it's gonna be like a Fortnite type experience, where they're going to be focusing mainly on the online instead of the story element, which that's why everybody played Assassin's Creed.
I actually hate where Assassin's Creed went. Can I be honest? Like, I know people hate Assassin's Creed 3 for some reason. I love it. It was my favorite when I played it at the time.
For me, it's the story. I think they could have... No, for me, 3...
I loved that.
3 is amazing. Actually, take that back. 3 is amazing. The problem is it's riding off the heels of 3 epically awesome games. And when you come
But 3 did so much new stuff. Like, it really did, like... Yes, it set so many staples that stayed stuck and moved forward in the series that people don't talk about. Like, hunting was introduced in 3. Sailing ships was introduced in 3. I don't remember what else.
Tree climbing.
But those 2 specifically. Tree climbing, yeah. Well, swimming.
No, swimming was introduced in 2.
Okay, yeah. You're right. But, man, I loved, up until the end of 3, I was in Assassin's Creed for the story. I really cared. Like, everything with Desmond and all that. And then 3 ended. I won't spoil what happened with it, but it kind of put an end to that story. And then ever since then, they try to keep it going, but
the focus
I'm actually okay with how it ended. But
the focus stays not on the external story, but the internal story of the main character of the game, the assassin.
Yeah, they changed that. I guess because so many people complained about it, but like the true like big fans of Assassin's Creed were into the like present day story as well.
I liked it both equally. I thought, honestly, I don't know if you're going to agree with me, but Desmond, his story's cool. He is the most boring, bland main character. He is so vanilla.
Honestly, I can't remember because it's been so long since I played it. I can't remember Desmond's personality. So maybe that adds credence to what you're saying, since I can't remember his personality.
Yeah, he's just so like. I think that's the biggest problem with it is his story is cool, but he himself, there's nothing. Because again, they want to make the focus not Desmond be awesome. They want Altair to be awesome, Ezio to be awesome, Connor to be awesome. Those are the people you're wanting to play as, you know. Desmond is just there for the story to move that along, but they can't have him overshadow the guy on the cover, essentially.
But I think everybody wanted, at least I wanted, I won't speak for everyone. My expectation at the time, because every game, it's like Desmond's getting better as an assassin as well. Like, he's getting cool in the real world. And I always wanted, like, for one game to eventually be like Assassin's Creed in present day.
Right.
Like, with Desmond, he's a legit assassin now. We're getting a true, like, truly wrapping this story up. Like, it all comes up to present day. The assassins versus the Templars, whatever.
Right.
Like, but that never happened, of course. I mean, it's happened a little bit in Assassin's Creed 3. You get some parts that are similar to that, but it's not what I expected at all.
I do think, since this, with Odyssey being the earliest in the story, I think you'll really, really like what they do with...
So they're making a whole new story now.
It's not that it's a whole new story. You're just seeing the beginning of it.
I don't know if you can hear that. Can you hear that?
I heard something squeaking.
No, there's like a sound happening. I guess it's outside. Well, it's okay. Actually, I think we should maybe wrap it up anyway.
All right. But
because I just want to mention, I just noticed that I made a huge mistake.
Oh no, what'd you do?
I didn't start filming on OBS.
Oh no.
So this episode's going to be our audio only episode.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm not going to delete it. It's because when we were starting, I was so like focused on getting the intro right. I forgot to press.
I even asked you if you did OBS.
Yeah, you did. You did. My bad to everyone. I'm going to record another intro or a separate thing to intro. Like, hey, just a heads up. I forgot to press record.
That's so funny. And now you can take a screenshot of me and my cat and use it as the picture.
Yeah. Okay, well, It's been good. How do we end these things again? I can't remember.
I don't think we have an outro yet, do we?
No, I was supposed to do a recommendation.
Oh yeah. What's your recommendation?
My recommendation this week, it's actually not. It's Game Pass, Xbox Game Pass.
Oh, okay.
On PC.
As soon as I get that Steam Deck, I'm getting it.
Because this is my recommendation because it's the only thing that allowed me to play Octopath Traveler to begin with, to try it. Like, I could have bought it, but I probably wasn't going to.
I thought that was a Switch-only game, huh?
So did I, until I got Xbox Game Pass. It turns out it's not. Yeah, I was playing it on PC.
Fair enough.
But yeah, just an awesome service. I still think not enough people realize how awesome it is. I only signed up for it because I wanted to play the Pirates of the Caribbean expansion in Sea of Thieves, which was okay, I guess. But then it kept me in, and I was super impressed. So if you have a PC that can play games and you want like the biggest and easiest library, not the biggest library is Steam, but the biggest library that you only have to pay $10 a month for, and you have like literally hundreds of
Netflix
great
for gaming
games.
That's not GameFly.
And not like, yeah, that's not crappy. Like, that's the thing about it. I thought that's why I didn't sign up for so long, because I was like, this is probably gonna be
not a sponsor, by the
good
way.
Games, yeah, not a sponsor for sure. I thought it was gonna be a couple of good games that you might actually want to play, and then like 100 crap games. No, it's like 300 good games, and then maybe a couple crap ones. Yeah, so super recommend.
All right, well, I'm definitely gonna get it as soon as I get my hands on the Steam Deck.
For sure, they have cheap. It's only like $1 for the first month, so you can try it out and see. Yeah, and then try. Yeah, that's what I recommend. Do that first month, the $1. Try, and then if you hate it, you don't have to stick with it. But all right, bro. It was good talking to you again.
Good to see you,
I will
Cody.
see you next week. Yeah, good to see you guys. We will have video.
You didn't see us though.
Yeah, man, I just noticed that like a couple minutes ago. I was like, I like died inside a little bit. But at least we record on. At least we have we record on another program as well, so everything's okay.
Yeah, I'll get that saved and sent over to you.
For sure. All right, bro. Well, I will talk to you next week, and I'll see you guys around. We need to find out an intro or an outro. We really need to have some way to outro this thing.
Goodbye.
Bye.